No. Yes, hi everyone. Good evening everyone. How's it, Josh? We've just met a few minutes back again. We are here. How are you all? I hope that you are super excited for today's class. Now, something we all have been waiting for a very long time, right? Yes, everyone, do tell me in the chat box how are you feeling, and we'll start the class in a minute. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I can see so many of you here. So good to see that all of you are here, right? Yes, Fatima, Dynamic, Harsh, Neha, Rajkumar, Gyan, Shri, Hari Krishnan, Punjabi, yes, Rajkumar, Vedahi, Keshavi, Rubalpreet, Siba. Good evening everyone, how are you all? Yes, technical features, Gyan, Fatima, Muskan, Shreya, Mandeep, and now I cannot read the chat. Aditi, Diksha, Himanshu. Good evening everyone. Quickly call out your friends. It's a very important session, right? And we are starting with the first session, right, of history, like after a bit gap, right? And it's a third chapter in our history textbook, that is the making of the global world. Now, what do you feel about this chapter? Yes? Yes! Very good everyone. I can see so many of you here, and I can see, yes, I know that there are few portions which are being deleted, so don't worry, right? We will be taking care of each and everything. You don't have to worry. Now everyone, there's a small commitment I need. A pinky promise from all of your side. Chota sa pinky promise is that when you are here in class, right, Masti karenge, we'll have a lot of fun, we'll have a little bit jokes here and there, but I want a full-on commitment that you will be focusing on the subject. Yes or no? Right? फिर बच्चे बोलते हैं कि मैम you're not fun as सौरभ sir. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा सीरियस होंगे क्योंकि टाइम बहुत कम है. SST is a very important subject as in, right? और ये एक सब्जेक्ट आपको चांस देता है अच्छे मार्क्स गेन करने के लिए. It's a very easy subject, right? So let's try to focus, right? Because we don't have the luxury of having time, right? We don't have that much time. So a small request from you, a pinky promise from you, that all of you will be cooperating in today's class. All of you will be focusing in today's class, right? And all of you will be answering the questions that we'll be discussing. Everyone, are we clear? Yes? So today's class, we are starting with the history. And the chapter name is the making of the global world. So are you ready? Give me a thumbs up and we will start the class. Quickly everyone, give me a thumbs up. Yes, I can see. We will be finishing up the chapter, Ankush, today. We will be, right? I can see lots of thumbs up, lots of hearts. Very good. Lots of thumbs ups, very good. I'm good everyone, thank you for asking. I hope that all of you are well in good health and are super good. So let's quickly start, but before we start, we'll have the ANTHE examination. Right now, all of us are aware about it. If you haven't registered everyone, please register today. It's a very important examination. We are having the classes also, so the link of the ANTHE examination is in the description below. Go now, register yourself. Let's start, ta-da, with the beautiful slides we have today. Okay, now again, I will be moving here and there, okay, and I will be telling you to take a screenshot of the slide so that you have an idea, and after the class, I will be sharing these notes with you on the Telegram group. So if you haven't joined the Telegram group, join the group. Again, the link is in the description box. Okay, here we have the 5 important topics. We can say that we have divided this topic into 5 broader topics, right? Now with this, we can easily understand the different era. Now we are starting in the 15th century, right? We're a little bit around that time, but you know that we'll be going way close to 3000 BC, right? Now we will be going up to there. So we have that timeline, but broadly if we talk about, we have the 5 major division of the chapter. So take a screenshot. I'm sure all of you are kind of aware about it. Yes? Very good. Yes, I will be giving you the thumbs up. I will give the thumbs up before so that you can take the screenshot, and I can see so many of you are asking about the ninth class session. So tomorrow Aishwarya ma'am will be taking the class on the rise of the Hitler, right? So join the class at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, everyone. Yes, now I can see that there is a little bit of a disbalance. I think you have some doubts. Don't worry, we'll be clearing up your doubts. I will not be able to focus on the chat because, we will be focusing on the content. So let's start, everyone. Here we have the first chapter that we are studying together, which is the making of the global world. And here we have the first topic, that is globalization in the pre-modern world. Now before we move ahead, let me ask you a very easy question. What is globalization? Jaldi batao, what is the globalization? Easy question, right? I'm sure all of you are aware about the different, different pop music that we are into. Different food that we are into. We see something online and we say, okay, we also need it. But maybe it's not from our country, but we still get it, right? I'm sure there are a lot of fans from BTS. Yes? Yes, it's exchange of the good culture, interconnected economy. I'm reading your comments. Very good, exchange of good culture. Yes, the formation, very good connecting words. So basically what is happening in the globalization is that we will see that the word is getting connected. We can say that after all, the word is not that big. Right? We can say that the word is small only. And we will be seeing the connection. So starting with the first thing over here, what we have is the global interness, right? The interconnectedness. Now again, it's a very, very important thing. Now, the reason for the globalization is very important. Now, we know that globalization is nothing but the exchange, right? An exchange can be in any form of ideas, thoughts, food, currency, culture, political power, and what so not. So when we talk about the globalization, we know that it is interconnected in terms of the trade, search for the work, migration. We see that travelers will be traveling to different parts of the world and they will be spreading about the information. For example, I'm from Rajasthan. So if I go back in the olden period, if I was traveling from that part of the world to a different part of the world, what I would do? I'll take some of my clothes, right, which represents the particular culture. I'll carry the yummy food recipes with me. And of course, I'll carry the languages and what we have in surrounding. So that's how the things, right, will be moving ahead. So are we clear with this? Ankush, I can see that you are spamming. I would request you, I will seriously request you, please don't spam. आपको हिंदी में चाहिए, we will try our best, but majorly we'll try to have the communication in the English because the majority of the students over here are comfortable in English. I hope you don't mind, but I'm really sorry, right? If we have much of the more communication in Hindi, it will not be comfortable, right? And at the end of the day, you have to write the examination in Hindi. Sorry, in English. My bad, in English. So we'll try to communicate in English only. Right, everyone? Muskan, आएंगे बच्चे silk route पे. Very good, very good. Yes. Okay, so we are clear with this. Thumbs up. Lots of love. So we are clear with this, right? Travelers will be traveling, and of course they not just the travelers, right? Trader, priest, all of them will travel, and of course they will be carrying out the ideas, good, money, etc. So we are clear with this? Yes or no? Yes, yes, yes. Muskan, ruk jao. Silk route aega. We will be discussing about the silk route. Right? So this is done, everyone. If you want to take a screenshot, you can. Or I'll be sharing the notes with you. Look at this, right? See, again, I want you to focus on the images because our team has really worked very hard for these images. They look very beautiful, right? So, of course, as we can see, the old India, right? Moving ahead, here we have the Silk Route. Now, the Silk Route is very famous and now it's a very common question, again, asked in the examination for 2 marks, right? I'm sure. It usually asks that, what countries it was including. Yes, everyone? Thank you, Samat Preet. I really appreciate, right? But a small request, don't write it again and again. Yes? Okay. Now, let's talk about the Silk Route. Now, can you see this red line that follows over here? This all is the Silk Route. Now it's not just one single route. We have one long road that is connecting, but Silk Route is a different route that have been combined together. Now of course this took a lots and lots of years to get into the progress, and of course this is how at that time the people used to travel. Are we clear, right? Yes. So we know that the trade routes through, of course, the silk cargo used to move from the China to the west. Of course, the word silk is there, so we are talking about the silk which moved from China. Apart from that, we know that Chinese poetry will also be going. Indian spices were there, and of course, lots and other things were going. Importantly, if you look into these 2 points, they have mentioned the regions Asia, Europe, and the Northern Africa. This included the Silk Route. Now, not just the materials were passed, right? When the travelers and the priests and the other people were traveling, they were spreading the religion also, like Christianity, right over here. Then we have other religions that actually flourished during that time, be it the religion of the Muslims and the Buddhism. So we have an idea that Silk Route was used not just for the travelers or for the trades, but also for the religion. Are we clear, everyone? Yes? Quickly tell me, are we clear? Guhika, you will be getting the notes on the Telegram channel. Yes, Bache, you will be getting it. We will be going by topic. I want all of your support. See, it will be a long session, right? Let's support each other and let's focus. So this is a 2 marks question, as I have mentioned. Very, very important thing. Here we go to the next route. Now, of course, when we have a route, right, we always look for that what is the impact of it. So we are talking about the impact of the Silk Route here. Now, can you see? We can see that there are some people who are sitting on the camel. So we know that the route will be somewhere in the deserts. Interesting information, right? So we know that we will see that there was an exchange of the trade as well as of the culture. Christianity we have spoken about in the previous slide only, but again you can take a screenshot of this, and I think we have covered this. Okay, yes, very good. Now let's talk about the food culture. Okay, apart from the materials, right, the thing actually that traveled from one place to another place is what? Is the food. Now you tell me. I'll take a break over here just to connect with you guys. Now I'm sure there are a lot of foods that we have which is definitely we don't know the origin of, but we still enjoy that food. Yes, you can write the favorite cuisine that you love in the comment section, and we will try to trace it to the different countries, right? Yes, come on. Telegram channel name, bache. Viswanathan, it's the BYJU'S 9th and 10th, and the link is in the description below. Yes, potatoes, spaghettis, I can see. You all are very smart. Yes, pizza, Manchurian, oh, yeah, potatoes, pizza, ramen, I can see lots of food item. Interesting. Very good. Oh, I can see pasta, biryani, dosa, yummy food, right? So we know that we have lots of food that we eat on a daily basis, but we're kind of not sure about the origin of it, right? And if we go back, we can actually trace some of the origin of the food, but not all. You know that the food culture that we have is really very amazing. Now when we talk about the noodles, we'll say, yeah, it came from China, but the noodles got a huge modification and they become pasta, right? When, of course, it went to the Italy, spaghettis. So can you see from noodles to pasta? Spaghetti especially, a great modification that we see. And of course, we have the pasta, which actually Arabs took it over there. So that's how the food also moved from one part of the world to the different part of the world. Now, there's a very interesting line which is mentioned in our NCERT textbook, is that there is lots of food origin we are still looking for. We are still not sure where we got this food. Can you write in the comment section and can you mention some of the other food which definitely, got transferred from one place to another? Yes, dal makhani, pani puri, samosa. My favorite is related with potato only, aloo parantha, plain paratha with aloo jeera sabji. Yes? Hi, Bhavish, it's Ankita ma'am. Very good, very good. Maize, very good. Yes, maize is an example. Very good. Dynamic gaming. Potato, tomato, chili, soya. Absolutely. Pav bhaji nahi hai. Yes, pav bhaji nahi hai. Sorry, pav bhaji likha hai guhika ne. Nahi bache. Yes, pasta is there, maize is there, groundnut is there. Awesome. Yes, sevaiyan nahi hai. Okay. So let's see over here. Right? Ye to pata ho gaya. We now know that what is been moving. But over here, let's talk about the crops. Over here, who we have? We have the Christopher Columbus, and all of us know him as the explorer, right, who actually discovered the land of America. When he was right before, before he was just going through the explorer, there was nothing much, right? There were no transfer. But after he discovered it, and of course there were lots and lots other explorers and the traveler who were traveling, they made sure that the Asian foods like potato, right? Soya, groundnuts, maize, tomatoes, chilies, sweet potatoes were not known to our ancestor about 15 centuries ago. So this came to Asia slowly after when people started moving from one place to another. Yes? Yeah, got it. Clear everyone? Yes, this is clear, right? Come on. See, it's up to you. I'm telling you, I know that all of us feel that, oh, history is really very boring. But it's up to us, right, that how we can make it interesting. So the story that we are listening, if you have to give you a summary of this beautiful story. For example, you are an explorer, right? You are a traveler. And just imagine yourself, you're in a back time where there's no technology and you are there before Christopher Columbus. And just imagine how the journey will be. What you will be seeing, what will be you experiencing at that time. I'm sure we'll not be able to 100% relate to it, but we can still try to imagine things, right? And that's what actually helps in history. Everyone, if you feel that history is boring, please don't say that. The good way is to feel that you are a part of it. Yeah, you can imagine, okay, yes, I am the Christopher Columbus, or you can imagine you are Mahatma Gandhi, or any other amazing person, or you can imagine that you're just standing next to them and seeing what they're doing. Yes? Very good, very good. Awesome, everyone. I love the energy in the class and love that you love the SST. Now, of course, here comes when there was transfer happening, right? When there were the things were moving, we had a sad story. Again, a 2 marks question. Not to be happy about it, but it's a very important question. Now, when the transfer are happening, right, the Irish people become really very happy. We have potatoes. Now they become so dependent on potatoes that once there was a disease, right, what happened? There was no water. And at that particular time, the all potatoes crop got destroyed. And of course, unfortunately, so many people lost their lives, right? We are clear, right? So the disease hit the potato crops, and because of that, the crop got destroyed, and of course lots and lots of people died due to the hunger. Clear, everyone? Are we clear? So what are we studying? We are trying to connect how the information were moving throughout the world. Yes. Badhiya, everyone? Okay. Clear, right? Let's move ahead. Now this is clear. You can take a screenshot. Yes. It's okay, Ashish. Now you're right on time. Dynamic gaming, bache, we'll discuss about it. So here we have the Silk Route now, everyone. Okay. So what happened after it? Now, if you go back, we can see that all of that travel were happening either through the foot, either the people were traveling by the foot on the land, or they were traveling through the seas. So once they were traveling through the seas, they have the sea route, right? They need a rasta. They need a route to follow, so they have the sea route. Now, of course, the Indian Ocean was the bustling center of the trade, because we know that we have China over there, then we have India, and of course there are other countries. Now, all of this was playing a very important role. As we have seen, right, we were a part of the Silk Route at that time. So the ocean that we have around us were busy at that time because lots of people from the outside were coming to our countries and to our nearby countries to actually get the material from us. Right, everyone? So what happened? There was a discovery of the sea route in the 16th century. So now we are moving to the 16th century from Europe to Asia and of course to the America and the other parts. Clear? So this was a discovery of the Silk routes. Not the Silk route but the sea route. Yes. Yes, very good. Very good, very good. Oh yes, Bhavesh, but we haven't reached at that time, but it will be there. Now comes the conquest. Now can you tell me what is the meaning of conquest? Then if you tell me the meaning of the conquest, I don't have to explain you the slide. Everyone, what is the meaning of conquest? Clear, clear, clear. Yes. Okay, after the one topic, after the first topic gets over, I will explain in Hindi, but you need to wait. Yes, come on everyone. Victory, capture, holding, right? So what we saw in the conquest, that the conquest of Americans. So what happened that before the discovery of the Silk Route, right, the America was a cut-off land. Nobody knew about it. Apart from that, not just the America over here we're talking about the North America, South America and the other countries which are there, right? So when we talk about this North and the South America, they were a great source of minerals, right? And I'm sure all of you are kind of aware about, they have the largest forest, right? So of course they have a good resources also. So as the people reached to America and those parts, they had the precious metal, right? That they can easily access from the Peru and the Mexican region. So once you are there, right, if you are new there, if you find that there's something really very precious, right, you can easily take it. That's what the thinking was there at the back of the time. Are we clear? Yes, 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 everyone. Okay, ma'am, can you tell me how much have joined only now? So we are discussing the first part only. Yes, Bhavish, taken your point. Hi, Ridhika. Bright's arts point, we will be discussing about it, right? We'll discuss about it, don't worry. Okay, clear, clear, clear. Awesome. Now the conquest of diseases. Now this is something very dark, right? Not very good. But yeah, it happened in the history. Now if you see now, the humans are very good. But there are times in the search of power, we did something bad also. So here we have the conquest of the diseases. So we talk about these Portuguese, right, and the Spanish people. They came to America happily, right? They have the immunization from the smallpox. But they realized that these American people have no immunity. So what they thought? Okay, they have everything. They'll not listen to us. We can actually give them a disease. We can actually, create some chaos in the system, and then of course we can easily take what we need. So what they did this, that they actually introduced a smallpox into the country, right, and that destroyed the population. What happened? We know that it was inhibited initially, and as the arrival, natives died, and of course we know that the population got reduced, and this is how they have conquered. Now, do you think it's good? Tell me everyone, do you think it's good? Tell me. So how you will remember this all? Just remember as a story. We have one person, right, who's traveling. He will travel to different parts of the world. He will look for some good things, right? And he will reach a point, he will see that, oh, I need that thing, but I don't have the power to take that thing. What can I do? Oh, I can do something bad to the people, and can I take that? And that's how few people did that in the history. Yes, it's not all good, right? We understand it, and I'm sure few people back at that time also got an idea. But yeah, sometimes power make us to do something which we don't want to do. That was happening at that time during the 16th century. Now, have this question and we will move to the second part. Here we have a question: which of the following disease helped the colonization of the Americas? Which of these disease? Quickly everyone. Yes, come on, come on. Yes. Very good, very good. Smallpox is the answer, right? I can see. Yes, very good. So we have the answers with us, right? And now we know that the correct answer is the smallpox. Are we clear, everyone? Yes, are we clear? Okay, are we clear, everyone? Yes, okay. Smallpox. Okay, now for those of you, right, for those of you who are asking for the Hindi, very quickly in 2 minutes, I'll explain what we have just studied. Right? So one of the important things आपको याद रखनी है कि हम पढ़ रहे हैं the making of the global world. All those English understanding student, please just wait for me for 2 minutes. I'll not take more than that. Right? Now I'll explain, but just wait for 2 minutes and I'll explain in English also. So we have seen कि globalization क्या है? Ideas का move होना, food का move होना, culture का move होना, technology का move होना एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे. हमारे पास बहुत सारे आइडियाज़ हैं, बहुत सारे मटीरियल्स हैं, वो कैसे आए हैं? बिकॉज ऑफ द ग्लोबलाइजेशन. नाउ ये स्टार्ट हुआ तो बहुत टाइम पहले, जहाँ पे प्रीज ट्रैवलर्स एक्सप्लोरर ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं, दे विल बी कैरिंग आउट देयर आइडियाज़, फूड रेसिपीज एक्सेट्रा. इस तरीके से ग्लोबलाइजेशन स्टार्ट हुई. नाउ दूसरा पॉइंट हमने पढ़ा है सिल्क रूट का. सिल्क रूट में कौन सी कंट्रीज थी? एशिया थी, यूरोप थी, राइट, एंड ऑफ कोर्स वी हैव द अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज, अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ द अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज ऑल्सो. तो ये कंट्रीज थी सिल्क रूट का पार्ट. सिल्क रूट में इंपॉर्टेंट रोल था चाइना का, जहां से चाइना सिल्क जाता था एंड द अदर पॉटरी, राइट. इसके अलावा इंडिया से स्पाइसेस जाते थे. देन वी टॉक्ड अबाउट द कॉन्क्वेस्ट. सो जब कोलंबस ने अमेरिका डिस्कवर किया, दे रियलाइज कि बहुत सारी रिसोर्सेज हैं. टू टेक दोज रिसोर्सेज दे हैव इंट्रोड्यूस्ड द वेरियस टाइप ऑफ डिजीजेज. सो पोर्चुगीज एंड स्पेनिश के उन्होंने बेसिकली दे हैव इंट्रोड्यूस्ड अ डिजीज व्हिच इज द स्मॉल पॉक्स, और वहां से उन्होंने चीजें ले ली और उन पे colonization start कर दिया. Are we clear? Yes? So it was a very brief summary in the Hindi. I will be speaking mostly in English throughout the session, but here and there I will explain you in this way very quickly. Okay? Badhiya. A thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Yes. Now moving to the second part. First part is done. Now smiley for all of us, right? Ta-da! Smiley for all of us. And now we are moving to the second important topic of this particular chapter, which is the event of the world economy. Right? Yes. Okay, here we go. Now, world during the 19th century. Now, we have jumped right from there, but before that, we will be discussing about the other centuries also. Now, we are talking about the world in the 19th century. As we have the rules, as we have the freedom to move here and there are a lot of people who were moving, right? So the economy of the country was affecting. When we talk about it, according to the economists, they've identified 3 types of flow that were happening at that time that actually helped in building up the globalization. First, flow of trade. So people are trading, right? And that's how the economy is growing, and that's how we will see the expansion. Then the flow of labor. Laborers are moving from one place to another to get the job. Then we have the flow of the capital, or we call it as the money, right? So the money is also moving. These 3 flow together help us to understand the world economy. Now this was the foundation of the economics that we read nowadays, right? Are we clear? Clear, everyone? Clear? Yes? Very good. Screen is blurred. I think it's fine. Yes, to me it's fine. Yes, I think it's completely fine. Yes. Hindi में भी बोलूँगी, but not now. I'll be speaking in Hindi. Yes, okay. Once I will be speaking in Hindi, once we'll be finishing on one particular topic, right? So here we go. So we're talking about the how the flow was happening. So here we have, and I saw that there was a question on what is advent. So basically something which is kind of present over there, right? A notable presence that we see. So here we go to the next part, that is the food production and the food consumption. Now during the 18th century, this is interesting, everyone. Now we are becoming now we are actually getting close and close to the current status, so it will be interesting. Now you remember that during the 18th century, right? What happened in our country, or before that only, we had Britishers, right? Yes or no? Yes, everyone? Yes, 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 yes. Please tell me. That happened, right? Now, what was happening that the population throughout the world was growing, and the countries who were kind of powerful at that time, who were exploring the other paths, right? They had an advantage, especially the Britain. Now, Britain is a very small country in terms of the area at that time. So what they want? They want the food. Now, what they thought? Yeah, we can take the food, right? So that was happened. Now, they weren't asking for the food from the other countries, right? They were importing. Now, can you tell me the difference between import and export? What difference है between the two terms, import and export? Yes, come on everyone. Techo Gamer, you will get the notes on the Telegram. Pakka se. Yes. We will be discussing about the distribution of the marks from the East chapter for sure. Yes, we will be doing it. We will have more strategy session, don't worry. Everyone, what is the difference between the import and the export? Import means lena. Very good. Export means dena. Export, it's going. Import, oh, I have an imported watch, right? And I'm sure you must have seen in movies and different serials, oh, I only wear imported materials, right? So imported means it's coming from somewhere. So at that time in the 18th century, so Britain was importing the corn, right? Unko corns बहुत पसंद थे, they were importing the corns. And at that time what happened? Suddenly, there was a chaos. They imposed a law which is the corn law again. Okay, I'll not be able to delete that, but 2 marks. Okay, here everyone. 2 marks question on the corn law. Please note this down. Can easily come in the examination. Corn law restricted the import of corn into the Britain. So the government thought, okay, we are paying too much. We should, restrict the corn importing. But what happened? The people got really very furious, right? As there were no corn, we see the food price increase, right? So of course, the people opposed it and this law was abolished. So food grain now can be easily imported more cheaply and can be produced as of course they can be produced in the domestic land. Yes, this is from the NCERT, absolutely correct. Corn law is really very important. Okay, a quick thumbs up if you got this because it's important. I'll explain you again. So let's suppose everyone, let's suppose we have Bhavish, right? Bhavish, you will be helping your friends out to understand. Let's suppose Bhavish is here and this is Ankita. Okay, Bhavish and Ankita are here. Okay, Bhavish say that, Ankita, can you give me 2 pencils? I will say, okay, I will give you 2 pencils, but the cost of the pencil will be 50 rupees. Bhavish will say, okay, it's okay, I need the pencil, so I will take. But after some time, Bhavish will realize, oh, this is very expensive. I should not be doing it, right? And I'm losing my money. So what the Bhavish will do? Bhavish will say, okay, fine, I don't need it. But the friends of Bhavish will say that, oh, we need that pencil. So again, Bhavish will say, fine, I will take it. And both of them are really very happy. Are we clear? So the corn law that we're talking about was imposed so that Bhavish cannot buy 2 pencils. Clear? Yes? Vedharshi, we are studying the chapter which is the making of the global world. Clear everyone? Bhavish bol raha hai, he uses a pencil. Oh, he uses a pen. It's okay. Replace the pencil with pencil. Yes? Very good, very good, very good. Okay? So this is very clear. What is corn law? Britain government, right, imposed this law so that the import of the corn is not happening. But the people were not happy because they were getting a corn, right? And of course, as the food price increases, they have some problems with that. And that's why it got cancelled out. Clear, clear, clear. Very good. This is very important, everyone. I hope that you have the clarity. Okay. Now, let's talk about the food production and the consumption. Now, of course, we are talking about the British, right? And they were consuming a lot. They don't have a land, so they depended upon the other countries. So as the British agriculture could not compete with the import, vast area was left uncultivated, and of course the people were unemployed. So of course they were moving abroad. They said, fine, we will go there, we'll find the job. Yes, are we clear everyone? Yes, are we clear? So we know that Corn Law has some consequences. As the Corn Law was abolished, right? After that, what happened? As the Britain people were not doing anything with the land over there, the land was left uncultivated. Nothing was happening on the land. So the British people were thinking like, okay, we don't have any job, we are unemployed, but we have to take care of us and our family. Let's go out somewhere and start looking for a job. That's how the migration begins, right? And that's how they started moving to the different places so that they can get the job. And as they were moving, what we see the fall in the prices that actually lead to the increase in the consumption. This was also happening. As they have more of food now, right, we can see that there was an increase in the food consumption. Now what happened at that time? We see the industry was growing, right? This is happening in the mid-19th century. That leads to the higher income. People were really very happy and they were getting more and more imports. Clear everyone? Now, these 2 points are important. What we are talking about, that lands were cleared. Lands were cleared so that the Eastern Europe, these all countries can produce food. Which countries? We have Russia, America, Australia, and these countries' land were cleared and the food production increased because the food is going to the British part, right? To the European part. And that actually made more ports, more railway line and so on. Are we clear? Yes, come on everyone, come on. Oh, I can see this. I think I've missed a chat. Please don't spam everyone. Yes, please don't spam. I will explain you again. Don't worry about it. I will explain you again. Okay, let's start from it. Yes, very good, very good. So let's talk about this. Are you clear with the Britain, right? They were a very small country. They don't have food. Food is not there, right? They were getting corn from the outside. People were really very happy with it. But they imposed a law saying that we will not be getting the corn. But of course they oppose and they get the corns. Of course, they don't have any jobs, so they move out for the, looking for the jobs. What we studied after that is that there were a lot of countries who were producing more and more amount of food for the British, the Eastern European, the European countries, right? Specifically the British part of it. Now, when that was happening, we saw there's a growth in the industries because the food is more, right? Its price falls a little bit down, and we see that the people are now consuming more food. That's what we have over here, right? And the countries like Russia, we have America, Australia. In these countries, lots of land were cleared so that the cultivation can be done to produce the food for the Britishers. Are we clear with this, everyone? Are we clear with this? Jai Prakash, wo bhi hoga, but we have to wait some time. Munna, corn matlab maize bacche. We eat sweet corn, right? We have that. Good, good, good. Awesome. Lots of love to each one of you. I hope that you got it. I will explain you in Hindi also, but after some time. Okay, that's part. Now, we are moving ahead. Now, as there was a movement of the food, Acha, you tell me. Now, this is a very interesting thing. Now, you only can help me. Now, we have the food, right? Can the food travel by itself? Can an army of corn walk towards you? Do you think the plants can move? Or the crops can move? Yes or no? Yes or no? Come on, everyone. Yes, corn law means that there was a restriction on import of corn. Yes, Amulya. Yes. No, right? So for corn to move, or not corn to move, but any of the plant to move or any of the crops to move, the people needed a transportation. that actually brings up the technology of railway, right? We will be needing the railway engines, steam engines. Then of course ports will be there. A lot of technology were getting used so that the person can eat properly. Interesting. So we can see that in the making of the global world, food played a very, very important role. It was a need of the food that we see there were lots and lots of invention that came into the picture. Yes? Right? So with this, we can say that we will see the formation of the ports, labor when people were traveling. Over here we can see a picture, right? Over here we have the ship and there are lots and lots of people. In 19th century approximately. So the peoples moved, right? They settled from one place to another. Of course, they were looking for jobs and of course they were moving to a place which were more prosper. So the capital and the labor were sourced from the financial center like London. Now this is important. Why this is important? Because during that time, the British have established themselves as the power, the center power. So what it become? It become the center of the money, right? The capital, the money and the labor were sourced. And of course, everything was coming to them. And they were just sitting there and doing the power ruling business. Are we clear? Consumption means utilization. कितना ले रहे हैं हम? Consumption. I consume 1 apple a day. आपने एक apple खाया. What is the consumption of it? Are we clear, everyone? Yes, yes. Are we clear? Very good, Sham. Yes. अरे भावेश ऐसा क्यों? Are we clear, everyone? Quick thumbs up. Yes, I can see someone is asking, Nila is asking what is the meaning of the dissenter, right? A person who actually, will refuse. For example, if you will say, okay, fine, today I will not study SST. Right? Nila, I hope that you got the answer. Last point is not clear. So Jonas, we are talking about that as the people were moving, as they were moving to the different parts to find the jobs, what happened in that particular part is that the London, because it has lots of money, they were importing lots of stuff and of course they were getting good money, and because they have different colonies throughout the world, they become the center of the financial. Basically, the money, the capital was flowing from there. And of course, the laborers were coming from for them, right? So labor were ready because they needed, right? They were providing the money and of course they got the labor also. So are we clear? Okay, this chapter is the making of the global world. Very good. So now, again, the same thing is happening over here. If you quickly look through it, you can easily understand the demand of the labor. Now we will focus on this, now which is not a good part, but let's talk about this. As the demand of the labor was increasing in America and Australia for the plantation, migration also increased. And about 50 million people, especially European people, they actually moved to Australia and America. That's why you will see there are a lot of similarities, right? And lots of origin from there. And by the 1890, the economy has been taken shape. All the labor movement, capital, flow and the technology. So this ends the second topic, right? And of course, what we see that as the movement was happening, right? Just because of the food, we see the shaping of the world economy. Are we clear, everyone? Yes, are we clear? Come on. Sakshi, dissenter means someone who will not be accepting. If there is something new, right, they will not be accepting. They will refuse to accept it. Harbor, Anu means in that time harbor, port, right? Where of course we have the ships. Clear. Thank you, Drishti. Arey Bhavesh, ye to nahi ho paega. But everyone, are we clear? We have this, right, a little bit more. Of course, we're talking about the labor, right? And of course, we saw that we have a changed word. Food came from the far off land. And of course, the food was transported through the trays and the ship. The low paid worker from the South Europe Africa, Asia, right? And the other parts of the Caribbean islands were moved and they were forced to labor. Okay, over here we can see a Dutch cotton farm in the east and with the African slave over here. Unfortunately, this was the time when we see all of this. In our country, only in Punjab, a very small contribution we have from the economy, and over here we have. So what happened at that time, that a little bit land of the Punjab right over there does not have the good water. The water was not reaching there. So of course the Britisher made the water canals. Now this is important again. Write the part of a Punjab for 1 mark or for 2 marks can be asked. So of course the Britisher built the irrigation canal so that the land can become more and more fertile and they can have more of cotton and the wheat. So the farmers, right, they actually felt good about it, and of course as the time increases we have a good production of the cotton that actually leads to the British textile mills. So even though we were cultivating it, we were not using it, and as a result what happens? 60% of the primary product were from the agriculture or from the plants. Everyone, are we clear? These are the islands, bache. Are we clear, everyone? Come on, come on. Yes? Come on, are we clear with this? I will explain you in Hindi also. Yes, very good, everyone. Yes, we have a lot to do in this also. But I think this is clear. Yes or no? I'll explain you in Hindi also. Yes, very good, very good. Now we have a question, which of the following is not related to the economy exchanges? Yes, everyone, what do you think will be the answer for this question? Yes? Clear, clear, clear? Good. Everyone, answer for this. Which of the following is not related to the economy exchanges? Flow of trade, you remember the 3 important points. Again, I'm sorry. Can we ask for 3 marks to explain in detail or for 1 mark for sure? Yes, I can see the answers. B was voting and that's absolutely correct. Flow of politics was not a part of it. The economic exchanges included the flow of trade, flow of capital and the flow of labor. That's what we have studied, right? Okay. Yes. Are we clear, everyone, with this? Okay. So let's take a break over here, right? Let's take a break and let me quickly revise what we have studied. Yes, give me a thumbs up. I want all of your contribution. Come on, everyone. Bhavish, okay, you are talking about the Caribbean islands. These are the islands, right? Okay. Haan, bache, Hemlata, I will show you the Punjab ka slide. Okay. Now let's talk about the revision. So in the second part, we talked about the word labor, right? How the word was changing with the help of the labors. So over here we have the 3 important points that were actually very important for the economy of the global world, which was the flow of trade, flow of capital and the flow of labor. So during the 19th century, right before that also, what happened that in the eastern part of the Europe, right, the European part, they had not good supply of the food. They were taking the food from outside. And at that time, we have a very important question which is of the corn law. ठीक है? कॉर्न लॉ इसी टाइम पे आया. कॉर्न लॉ में क्या था? ब्रिटिशर्स ने बोला हम कॉर्न बाहर से नहीं मंगवाएंगे, बट जो जनता थी उसने बोला कि नहीं नहीं हमें चाहिए वो खाना, हमें खुद मेहनत नहीं करनी है, हमारे लिए खाना एक्सपेंसिव पड़ता है. सो गवर्नमेंट ने कॉर्न लॉ हटा दिया. कॉर्न लॉ हटाने के बाद में क्या हुआ? कॉर्न बाहर से आता तो वो इजीली सस्ता पड़ता है एज कम्पेयर उन्हें खुद उगाना पड़ेगा. तो इसलिए लोगों ने अपोज किया, कॉर्न लॉ वापस आ गया, कॉर्न अपने आप कंट्री में आने लगा. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा पैसा ज्यादा दे रहे थे बट दे वर हैप्पी अबाउट इट. जैसे ही कोई कल्टीवेशन नहीं हो रही थी ब्रिटिश में, उस टाइम पे क्या हुआ? लैंड्स खाली पड़े थे. लैंड्स खाली थे तो लोगों के पास में जॉब नहीं था. फिर लोगों ने जॉब के लिए बाहर कंट्रीज में जाना और आसपास जाना शुरू कर दिया. जैसे जैसे वो बाहर जा रहे थे, दे रियलाइज कि अच्छा खाना है, वी नीड अ जॉब. सो जैसे ही खाना था उनके पास में, द प्राइजेस ऑफ द फूड गॉट इंक्रीज्ड. सही है, खाने का रेट बढ़ता गया. जैसे ही खाने का रेट बढ़ गया, पॉपुलेशन बढ़ रही थी, खाने की डिमांड ज्यादा हो गई, तो फूड प्रोडक्शन एंड फूड कंजप्शन साथ में थोड़ा सा इम्बैलेंस हो रहा था. तो फिर कंट्रीज ने क्या किया? ब्रिटिश कंट्रीज ने बहुत सारी अदर कंट्रीज लाइक अफ्रीका, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, रशिया, राइट, उन कंट्रीज में कल्टिवेशन स्टार्ट कर दी. वहां पे चीप लेबर लेके गए बहुत सारी कंट्री से, जिन्हें फोर्सफुली काम करवाया जा रहा था टू कल्टिवेट द फूड फॉर द ब्रिटिशर्स, जो सही नहीं था, बट ये सब हो रहा था फॉर द फूड. आर वी क्लियर? यस, आर वी क्लियर एवरीवन? Right, so I'll just go back to this slide for the Punjab. You can take a screenshot of it. Yes. Anupam, you have the full explanation. बच्चे से पहले मैंने full explain किया है. Yes. कौन law, कौन वालीज? Yes, interesting. Clear है सबको? ठीक है, अभी इसमें और बहुत कुछ interesting आने वाला है. Yes. ये तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा. Okay, let's talk about the role of the technology, right? Let's talk about the role of the technology. Here we have. अब again हमने बात कर ली है कि inventions बहुत जरूरी थे, right? And of course over that particular time we have lots of invention of the railway, steam, right? And telegram so that the food can move. This is important, right? Now interesting thing was happening in the America. So the Britishers want the meat of the animal and the animal were traveling. Of course, as the animal will travel, they might get sick, they might not, they'll get actually, they might get any disease or they'll be very unfit to eat. So what they thought? Suddenly, with the time, what we have? We have technology and we have the refrigeration. We had now the refrigerator ships. Now that can actually they can actually contain the meat of the animals and can easily travel. Cost was reduced, right? And of course, now they don't have to wait. And of course, the quality will also be great. They don't have to spend time in slaughtering the animals and then eating the meat. They'll get the meat directly. This actually was happening in America, Australia and the New Zealand. Are we clear with this, right? And as we have these diets, we would say, which was included into the Britishers, right? So they can easily eat this. Right? And of course, when we have such food, people were really very happy. Clear everyone? Now this is a little bit off over here. Yes. Clear? Are we clear that what is the role of the technology in the movement of the food? Right? Now we know that the food was moving, and as the food was moving, right, there were few countries who thought, okay, let's do something. So, the countries, right, the European countries, what they did, they actually sat together. Countries like, of course, Britain, France, Belgium, Germany, and even the US, right, started having their colonies around. And most importantly, they thought that we can actually control how the things will happen in another country. Okay, you tell me everyone. Yes? Tell me what will happen. Let's suppose you are sitting in your bench right in your classroom. If someone else will come and will say that, okay, this is my line, you will sit on that corner and I will sit on that corner. How would you feel? Tell me, how would you feel about that? Yes, very good, Nila. Sham, refrigerator ship means that these ships will have the refrigerator so that they can carry the meat. Right? They will feel bad about it, right? So that's what. But the people of Africa was not given any choice. So these countries, right, what they did, the European countries came, right, they met in Africa in 1885. What they did? They actually divided the African continent into different countries by themselves. Sorry, they didn't meet in Australia. Africa, they met in Berlin. That's why we have the straight lines in Africa, African continent map. Yes? Very good. Right? That was happening. That all was happening. Just because of the food. Just because of the food. Now this is interesting. We will talk about it. So everyone, are we clear? Clear. Yes. It's okay, Aisha. No worries. Everyone, I want to know how's the energy in the class. It's almost 1 hour and we are almost done with the second important topic. Yes? Cool. Ask your friends to quickly join. We are still long way to go. Yes. Akshaya, the Corn Law, right, was initially imposed on the Britain people by the Britain government so that they will not be buying the corn from outside the country. But later, the people, right, realize that it is not a good law. They want to import the corn because if they self-cultivate it in their homeland, it is more costlier. So that's why the government had to take the corn law back. Yes, okay, yes, you will get the PDF, Rajendra. So यहाँ पे ये हो गया है, ठीक है? Now we are talking about the Britishers. Okay, how cruel can people be, right? And how the power that comes to the people's head sometimes make us more cruel. So that was happening at that time. The powers of the world, right? What they were doing, they want to get something, right? Either by hook or by something, by any act. So what they did something really very horrible in Africa. Now they went to Africa, they realized the people are really very happy. Now Africa is a very amazing continent, right? It has amazing resources and the population of the countries that are there were very less. So when the Britishers and the other European countries, right, arrive over there, they thought that, these people are not interested in doing any jobs also because they are, kind of self-sustainable. They have all the resources. So what they did, they actually started imposing more laws on them so that they cannot take the land, right? Only one child will get the land, right? They impose heavy taxes so that they have to work to give that amount, right? But even if when all of this was working, they realized that they can do something more. So what happened? There were a disease that were infected right into the cattle. We call that disease as the Rinderpest, right? It's a plague or the Rinderpest in the 1880s that actually affected the cattle, and within 5 years of span, 90%, as they say, approximately the cattle of the Africa were no more. It was a very bad situation, right? Yes, it was a very bad situation for the people of the country. Now they have to work. Are we clear? Yes. So basically inflicted, right? I can see there's a word over here and we have a doubt with that. So basically they carried a cattle, right, from outside that has a disease, and then that's how it spread. Clear, everyone? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Thakur, all happy birthday. Clear, everyone? Yes, yes. Okay. There are a lot of people who are wishing you. Everyone, are we clear with this? Come on, everyone, give us a thumbs up. Right? We are kind of close to the second chapter, second topic now. Yes, and we have just one more topic which is like a serious one, and then we will end. Now this is an important topic. This revolves around the food, but it's very lengthy. Okay. The screen is blurred. I don't know why you say that, but to us it's fine, bache. Right? To us it's completely fine. Just refresh your page. Okay. So, till now we have seen lots and lots of activities were happening around the food. So what happened that this, as they came there, and of course now now they don't have the cattle also, they were forced to work. So over here we have an image, right? We can see that the African laborers were forced to work, and over here we have some important information. So we have discussed in the previous slide only, but you can quickly take a screenshot of this. Clear, everyone? Yes, yes. So Europeans were needed the labor. So they were not getting the labor. So what they did, they imposed the heavy taxes, they inherited the laws, right? They changed the laws, and of course the mine workers were confined to one place. So a lot of bad things were happening to the to the farmers and the people there. They've been forced into the slavery. They don't have a choice, but they forced it. Crystal clear, very good. Here we have a question. Yes, which of the following disease disrupted the local economy of Africa? I was saying Europe, but Africa. Quickly give the answer, everyone. I'll just take this charger out. Yes. Very good, everyone. I can see the answers. Very good, very good. Yes. Okay. With this, we got the answer. The answer is option number A. right? Very good, everyone. So it was a break that we took in between and we got it, right? Now we are moving to the third, trade and labors. Now this is a very intense, but are we clear with the second topic? Yes? Are we clear with the second topic? Thumbs up, everyone, thumbs up. Yes, very good, very good. We will be covering up this whole chapter, everyone. This is a very small topic now. Yes, but I hope that you are clear. What was happening in the, in between the, 19th century. Yes. हाँ, हिंदी में explain करती हूँ, अभी करती हूँ. Yes, Amuli, they wantedly spread the disease. Okay, everyone, now in Hindi. Okay, everyone, in Hindi now. So let's see what we have. So we were discussing about the food, right? So we discussed what was happening in the Europe, especially in Britain. People don't have the job नहीं था, बाहर जा रहे थे. उसकी वजह से टेक्नोलॉजी आई. टेक्नोलॉजी में हमने बात की, रेलवेज की. Then we talk about the steam engines बने, शिप्स बने, उनके अलावा रेफ्रिजरेटर्स बने ताकि मीट को जहां ऑस्ट्रेलिया, न्यूजीलैंड, अमेरिका से जो पहले वो जिंदा जानवर लेके आते थे उसकी जगह पे अब मीट आ रहा है एंड दैट एक्चुअली प्रोलॉन्ग द लाइफ ऑफ द मीट. तो ब्रिटिशर्स के लोग खुश थे क्योंकि हाँ उन्हें खाना अच्छा मिल रहा है, खाना मिल रहा है. दे वर रियली वेरी हैप्पी. इस तरीके से ब्रिटिशर्स जो कंट्री थी, बेसिकली जो पूरा वो था उनका एम्पायर, बिकम मोर एंड मोर प्रॉस्पर बिकॉज द पीपल वर रियली वेरी हैप्पी एंड दे वर इन अ वेरी गुड पोजिशन. खाने के लिए फॉर द फूड व्हाट दे डिड, दे स्टार्टेड एक्सप्लोरिंग डिफरेंट प्लेसेस. इंपॉर्टेंट चीज अफ्रीका में हुई वो ये कि इन 1885 बर्लिन में एक मीट करके उन्होंने कंट्री को डिवाइड कर दिया, राइट? एंड फिर वो अफ्रीका में जाके लोगों से बोलने लगे कि तुम हमारे लिए खेती करो. बट अफ्रीकन पीपल वर वेरी हैप्पी एट दैट टाइम, राइट? दे हैव गुड रिसोर्सेज एंड उनको नहीं लगा था कि उनको जॉब करने की जरूरत है. जो रिसोर्सेज हैं वो इतनी सस्टेनेबल हैं कि वो लोग खुश रह सकते थे. बट जब ब्रिटिश वहां पे गए उन्होंने रूल्स, राइट, बहुत सारे लॉज इम्प्लाई करे, उनको फोर्स करा लेबर वर्क के लिए. इवन इफ दे डोंट वांट टू डू, दे हैव टू डू. टैक्स ज्यादा बढ़ा दिए. टू गिव दोस टैक्सेस दे हैव टू वर्क एंड गेट द मनी. सो दे वर फोर्स्ड इनटू द लेबर एंड दैट्स बिकम अ चेन, राइट? मतलब लेबर्स हैं, उनसे काम करवा रहे हैं, फूड ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन है एंड देयर इज बिकम अ साइकिल ऑफ more production and more consumption. Are we clear? Yes, are we clear? Bache, I have explained in English already. I'm just explaining it now. Yes, very good. Now we are moving to the third. Come on, everyone. I can see. Come on, everyone. Why? I see that your energy is a little bit low. Please. Have a full on energy, everyone. Have a full on energy. We are studying, right? We are studying aram se. We are studying in both the languages, Hindi, English. So let's continue. Are you ready for the third session, right? The third part of it? Yes. Yes, very good. We are starting with the trade and the laborer. Now this is important. Here we start with the Indentured labor migration. Now something what we see over here is related to the previous topic. Now laborers were moving from one part of the country to the different parts of the world, right? What we see over there that the indentured labor refers to the labor who were bonded by a contract for a specific time to pay off their passage to a new country. 1 marks question. Okay, directly can come in your examination. What are indentured labor? We have the answer over here, right? They were being told ki we will give you a passage to a new country, you have to work us so and so time. At that duration, lakhs of Indians actually and other Chinese laborers went to the work through all the different parts of the world. Not just Indian people but African people also. Clear, everyone, for 1 marks? Yes. Very good. Hello. Now I'm sure this is important, everyone. Now if you watch the amazing sessions, right, like we have amazing documentaries of the people, you will see that how they mention that they have moved so long back generations are living in a different country because they have moved there. So over here in your textbook they have mentioned about the special lands, right? So the laborers from the states like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Central India and few districts of Tamil Nadu moved to the different places, right? And what happens? These regions were affecting, these regions was getting affected. There was a shortage in the cottage industries, rise of the land rent, clearing of land for mines and the plantation. Because of these reasons also, the Indian people were not getting jobs. So for that, what they thought, let's go out, we'll go around, say, we will do something good over there, right? And we will have a better living. So that's why they opted for it and they said that we will go and migrate. But unfortunately, as we see in the movies, what happens? An innocent person, right? A very innocent person goes and there's another person who shows, oh, you know, you will be doing this, you will be doing this, oh, you will have an amazing life, you'll have a very luxurious life, you have to, you know, you will be living in a good conditions. So all those false promises were said to these people, right? And at that particular point, they don't have a choice. So what they did, they said, okay, we will go there, we will work, right? They were happy that they are getting a new start, but unfortunately, the case was completely different, right? I'm sure you all are aware about this, right? Yes, everyone, come on. Yes, come on. I want all of you to be active in the chat. Yes. So there was, I can see, कुछ reduce नहीं हुआ है बच्चे, everything is there, okay? So of course these are the points you will remember, right? They were being taken and of course the independent new system of slavery was formed. This is how now they will be asking people to work for them, right? And they were given a very harsh conditions to live, not good conditions, okay? Now, in the bad also, I think there's a little bit of good. So what happened, that during that time when the people were there together, right, we will see the mixing of the culture. So we have this flag, right? It has a little bit hint of the Indian culture also. So again, a very evident event which we have is that in the Trident, the annual Moharram festival which was there, would kind of, right, transform into a carnival of Hosea, right? And of course in that every race will participate and it will become a celebration point for them. Now we will see a lots of reference, right? Again a 1 marks question over here. Which have the reference of it? Links of Indian, right, along with the Caribbean. Of course we have the music that will be connecting. And I'm sure this is something which is there in your textbook and I'm sure we are kind of all aware of this. Chutney music, yes, I can see in the chat, very good. Right? Yes, very good everyone. So this is what was there, right, intended, and this is how the people felt. Over here we have few examples of the individuals, right, whose ancestors, right, were there. And of course, they have a lot of similarities with the Indian names and they're really very famous personality. I'm sure all of you are aware about these individuals, right? And yes, they have a Indian connection. Yes, so this was there in this particular part. Clear everyone? Harsh, बच्चे इस टॉपिक में जो इम्पोर्टेंट चीज हमें याद रखनी है वो ये है कि just because के food production बढ़ानी थी, right? Just to increase the food production, right? And of course to have mass production, laborers को from a different part of the countries were forced to work and they were being migrated to different places, right? And they were living in a very bad condition. So that's what we have in this particular topic. Okay, so here we have a picture, everyone. You can see the mixing of the characteristic that we see, right? And lots of people stay there back. They were definitely not in good conditions, but they stay there back and they have their own life. In 1921, right, we saw that there was the abolishment of the indentured labor. Can be asked for 1 mark. In which year this particular labor law was taken back or abolished? For 1 marks question we have over here. Okay? Clear everyone? Yes, quickly a thumbs up. Come on. Akshaya. Raftanism means basically a fusion, right, of their culture and a hint of our Indian culture. Yes? Very good. I don't know why you're saying that screen quality is not good. It is good to me, bache. On my phone as well as on the laptop that we have over here. Everything is fine. Okay. Clear? We are studying the chapter which is the making of the global world. Okay. Now let's talk about the trade. Something interesting was happening. Right? Now this is interesting, everyone. Now you have to remember the names of the trader. Rest of it is very easy. Now I'll tell you this in a story form. Right? You can fill the names over here, but I'll tell you in a very story form. At that time, when the people are just going for the labors, right? There were few Indians, right? They thought that, okay, fine, we can control or we can contribute in the business side of it. So, of course, we have lots of people over here. We have Hyderabadi Sindhis that actually established themselves, right? And they become the money lender. They contributed in building up the economy, right? At that particular time. They took a participation in the businesses, right? They started the import and the export. They were handling lots of things. And that's how the flow of cash were coming to them. Clear? In a very short, I've explained you this. That's what we have over here. Clear? Right, everyone? Come on, a quick thumbs up. If you read these slides, you will be able to understand this is a very easy topic. That's why I'll not be spending much time over here. Okay? Yes. Here we have one. You can take a screenshot, everyone. Giving you a thumbs up. I think thumbs up. Right? Take a screenshot of this. Here we go. Okay, sorry. Now, okay, here we have, right, the Hyderabadi Sindhi traders. They sold locals and imported to the tourist. Interesting. Then, of course, we have the fine cotton which was being there, right? And Mumbai, we have Ahmedabad and Surat, of course, were a very famous place for the textile industries. And over here we talked about the competition, of course. The cotton became really very important part of it, and it started traveling to the different parts of the world. Clear, everyone? Yes? We are clear? So this is important about the fine cotton. Clear. Now after this we will see something very tragic. Yes. We have something very interesting. Okay. So what we have this, right? Very good. Now let's talk about the cotton again. This is I'm sure this too we have studied. That the export of the finished product, of course the cotton was there and of course it was happening. The indigo become the very important part in India, become the largest exporter, right? It was just sending it to the different parts of the world, right? And Britain grew opium, right, in India, and it will be exporting it to the China, and it will be taking the tea from there. And that's how the balance was happening. So India at one point became the largest producer of the cotton and the indigo. And this was all happening because of the trades that were happening, right? And Britishers used our land to cultivate this. They actually gave this to different countries and they get something from them. That's how the economy was working at that particular time. Clear, everyone? That's about the India over here that we are talking. Yes. Very good, very good. Okay. After this, what we see is that by the 19th century, right? By the 19th century, British have a good hold of the cotton. Now they realized something, that we have lots of cotton in the Indian market, right? And of course, the food and the raw material were exported from India to the rest of the world. And it was increasing in number. Now this is a very important point over here. Now the British government over at that time, right, utilizes this and they were trying to balance out their trade, and they were using our resources, but we were not getting any benefit out of it, right? हमें कोई फायदा नहीं हो रहा था as an Indian, right? As an Indian, as a country, we were not getting any benefit. They were taking something from it at a very lower cost, but when they will give us something, they'll give it a very higher cost. So there were a lot of surplus charges that were used, right? And because of these things only, as our country, the economy was not at all growing. ये सब हो रहा था. Clear? Yes, this all was happening. The practice, right? The practice of the settling one countries to another was a mutual lateral slave. Basically, they're trying to balance it out, their surplus charges. What was happening at that time? So when the Britishers were doing all of this, the money that they were taking were being used for their own expenses, right? The money that they're taking from us, the balance that they have, they were, investing on their people, for their pension, for their development, and it was going through them. And this is how slowly the Britishers become more and more powerful and rich. Because they were getting all the resources. They have cotton, right? They are controlling the major export from our country, and they are making sure that they get a good value for that. Clear, everyone? So they've started using our country as a resource for the money, and we were losing a lot of it. Yes. Very good. So we are clear with this. Quick thumbs up, everyone in the chat. Yes, come on, everyone. A quick thumbs up. Yes, they are same, Hemlata. They are same. Santosh, happy birthday to your brother. Okay. हाँ, हिंदी में explain करती हूँ. We'll just see that. Okay, we have this question over here. After this, okay, we're moving to this. Okay, everyone over here. अब let me explain you in Hindi. ठीक है, अब मैं हिंदी में explain कर रही हूँ. Everyone, just focus over here. So what we talked about in this, कि in the Indentured labor, trade and the laborers में क्या हुआ? So हमने देखा कि bonded laborers थे, उनसे contract sign करवाया जा रहा था और उनको बोला जा रहा था कि आपको काम करना है, फिर आपको free passage हम देंगे. ठीक है, ये हुआ. और बहुत सारे लोग, lakhs of Indians, ये लोग भी गए, हम बाहर जाके काम करेंगे. As they started working outside, they realized that they were very happy that they'll be going out. And the reason for them going out is the decline. यहाँ पे crop production का decline था, rent ज़्यादा land का हो गया था, and of course there were no mines on the plantation. So they thought कि हाँ बाहर जाके they can do the work. Now they were given very false promises. Agencies उनको लेके जाते थे, उनको बोलते थे कि you will have a beautiful place, you will have a beautiful job, आप अच्छे से काम करोगे, अच्छे से खाओगे पियोगे. But conditions बहुत गंदी थी वहाँ पे. Basically वैसी conditions थी नहीं. They were very harsh conditions. They were not treated well, and this becomes a new system of slavery. उस तरीके से laborers को लेके जाया जाता था into this slavery. Force काम करवाया जाता था उनसे. But जब ये सब हुआ तो of course we will see a little bit mixing of the culture, right? Here and there, a lot of people stayed back there, and वहाँ पे हमने mixing of culture देखा. लोगों ने अपने वहाँ के culture को अपनाया, Indian culture को वहाँ पे दिया, and then we have a fusion, and we have lots and proof of it. Then we talked about the famous individuals which has their ancestors, right? जो उनके ancestors थे वो Indian थे, but they went there and they settled there, and they become a part of the another country. ठीक, उसके बाद में we talked about कि 1921 में important year, 1921 में what we see के the Indentured जो law बनाया था, जो labor के लिए था, उसको abolish कर दिया, मना कर दिया, will not be using that. And that actually gives a lot of freedom for the workers. But at that time still, उसके बाद भी काफी time तक slavery थी. Then we talked about the traders and the money lenders. Now कुछ लोगों ने अपने पैसे लगाए, औरों से पैसे लिए, और धीरे धीरे अपना trade build किया, right? उसमें ये सब list of the people we have, and उन्होंने अपना एक business start करा, right? They wanted to establish themselves, and they did. Cotton एक बहुत important part था हमारे इंडिया का, and they use this cotton, right? They use this cotton to the Britishers actually use this cotton to gain more money, right? Fine cotton था, उसकी selling हो रही थी, international market में उसको लेके जाया जा रहा था. Cotton was very important that part, right? So cotton से जो भी पैसा आ रहा था, उससे of course वो use कर रहे थे. cotton and indigo become a very important part of the country economy, and at that point India was the largest exporter of cotton and the indigo. ठीक है, ये है इस स्लाइड में. एंड फिर ब्रिटिशर्स ने क्या किया, जब अच्छा एक्सपोर्ट हो रहा है, बट दे नेवर शेयर्ड द प्रॉपर अमाउंट विद अस, एज आई राइट. बट व्हाट दे डिड, दे इम्पोज्ड द मोर ऑफ द इम्पोर्ट. एंड ऑफ कोर्स जब वो इंडिया से कुछ सामान लेते थे तो उससे कम प्राइस में लेते थे, अगर हमें कुछ भी देते थे तो ज़्यादा प्राइस में देते थे. तो उनसे हमेशा डिसबैलेंस रहा, हमेशा सरप्लस चार्जेस रहे, उन्होंने उसको यूज़ किया अपने लोगों को फंड करने के लिए. आर वी क्लियर एवरीवन? उन्होंने अपने लोगों को फंड किया, उनके लिए घर बनवाए, उनके लिए पेंशन्स दी, एंड दैट्स हाउ उन्होंने इस तरीके से अपना काम किया. क्लियर? एंड वी हैव दिस क्वेश्चन that explain how the global transfer of diseases in the pre-modern world helped in the colonization of the Americans. Answer हमेशा आपको points में लिखना है, right, which is important. Please always write your answer in points, and over here we have, you can take a screenshot of it everyone. Yes, come on. Ben, yes, I've called your name. नहीं जोया, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता, but कुछ का ओरिजिन है और कुछ शायद से लोग वहां जाके सेटल्ड हो गए हैं. ओके, वेरी गुड. आर वी क्लियर एवरीवन? गिव मी अ क्विक थम्स अप. Oh, Prashant sir, did I say it same? I don't remember, I'm sorry. Cool. Yes, I got your point. Did I say that they are same? I might have missed. Sorry. Okay. Clear everyone? Are we clear with this? Quick thumbs up and a little bit more amount of energy. Drink water everyone. Matlab, yeah, it's 8:30. We'll try to finish our class as soon as possible. Okay, no issues. Yes. चलिए, I hope you're enjoying the session. अब we are moving to the inter-war economy. थोड़ा सा हल्का सा, I would say that, you know, it can be a little bit too much. So in this particular chapter, there are two topics which are a little bit lengthier. Right? We have this and the second topic. But don't worry, we'll cover it up. Okay, I don't know bache, how to help. I think the easy way is to just focus and have a good concentration. You will be able to do it. Okay. Let's talk about this everyone. Come on. Let's finish it off really very quickly. Inter-war economy. Now inter-war economy is what you understand. We have inter-war economy. We're talking about the wars, right? And the war that actually changed the whole world. Can you tell me which war it was? Yes? Which war actually changed the whole world? Yes? What do you think? Which war? Quickly write the answer in the chat box. Quickly everyone. Reading your comments. Very good. World War First. Yes. Absolutely correct. Right? The word war changed the whole picture. Right? It changed the whole picture of the world economy and actually changed that how we will be seeing the world globally. It has a very, very huge impact on it, and we'll be discussing about that. So let's start with it, right? Now, in this particular chapter, we'll not be going into the details of it, but we are covering the topics from the surface, right? Because that's what we have in our textbook also. Here we go, the First World War, right? Now, two important things from this slide that you can take a note of. The First World War was fought between who and between what year? Can you quickly write in the chat box that World War happened from which year to which year? Yes? When it started, and when it ended. Yes? I can see the answers. Come on everyone. 1914 to 1918. Very good. So in 1940 till 1980, right, we saw the World War first, and it fought between the two parts over here. We have the Allies, right? We have British, France, Russia and the United States together. Then they were fighting against the Central Power, which includes Germany, Austria-Hungary and the Ottoman and the Turkey over here. Now this is the first modern industrial war which uses the weapons, and we lost so many people. Definitely not a good thing, but over here important. It's a 2 marks question, right? You should remember this. Now let's talk about it, that the impact of the World War was not at all good. We saw that the reduced labor was there, right? Now we know that at that time in the factories and in the industries, male were working, right? Men used to work. But at that time, as the war was there was involvement of the men into the wars. So of course, the women replaced them into the factories. There was a lot of requirement, so there was a lot of disbalance also happening in the industries. Till this time, Britishers were a very good position in the industries. But after this, things changed a bit, right? They were in the war, but it was not helping in them in the industries. As there were lots of gap, what we saw that the economy of the world was getting impacted by the World War first. Now the production is getting hampered, right? The mass production was getting hampered. The people are losing, they need the food, but there is no production for it. That was causing lots and lots of gap. People were unemployed, people don't have anything to eat, and the country's economy, right, at that particular time, everything was affected. And at that time, the US becomes a very important creditor. By that time, US gained a lot of power, right? They were in a good position. What they did, they started giving the money, or they started funding the countries like Britain for the war. This gave the US an upper hand, right? Now they were in a kind of a power now. So what they did, they actually helped the Britain by giving the money to them. And of course, what happens to the British at that time, that when they were involved in the wars, they realized that the countries like India and Japan become a little bit more advanced in the industries. They have a little bit upper hand over there. And what happened, that the markets, right, were kind of a favor, right? And Britishers was burdened with the external debt. Now they were not able to give the money back to the people from whom they have taken the money. All because the countries, right, the India, other countries from where they have the labors, were sent to the wars, and the production was getting hampered. So that time the Britishers they have lots and lots of debt, right? And of course they have to pay the money. That was a time when the economy was at the boom, and we see an aftermath of it. We have more of demand, right? The war led to the increase in the demand, production and the employment. When the war ended, the production decreases, unemployment decreases, and that was hampering the population. Are we clear? Yes, everyone, are we clear? I can see that you're losing a little bit interest. Come on, everyone. Come on. Ask your friends to quickly join. Few more minutes and our session will be done, right? It's a very, very interesting session. Come on, everyone. Yes. I know that. Yes, I know. It's a little bit boring, but we are making it interesting also. Right? So, let's quickly revise what happened. That after the World War, what happened? The economy of the country got affected, right? There was a need. At the war, there was a need. But after the war, there was not a need, right? A lot of people lost their jobs, there was unemployment, there was not enough food, and that actually affected the economy of the British, right? And at that time, India and Japan got an upper hand, and they were flourishing. On the other side, US became the creditor. They started giving the funds to the other countries. Okay, so the condition of the British was not so good, right? The Britain the British government was not very happy and were not very in a good condition. Right? What happened over there, they were losing lots and lots of production, and after the World War I, see, Canada, America, Australia expanding the wheat production, and of course we will see that we will see a lots of loss in the British farming. That's how it happens. Now here we have an interesting story, everyone. Now we'll cover this and we'll quickly move ahead. Now I'm sure you've heard about the Henry's Ford, right? I'm sure we have the Ford cars. Or if you're interested in the car racing, I'm sure you've heard about him. Yes or no? Yes? Simran, Abhi, we will be studying it. We will be studying it, that why it become the, very powerful. But it has lots of land and they actually utilize it, right? They were producing lots of crop and they actually, when they sell it, they got it. We'll be adding more to it when we're discussing more. Yes, right? You know him. So what he did, right? I'll not be going through what is there over here. I'll just tell you. So what he did, he had an amazing idea. He thought that instead of, giving a lot of time for the workers to assemble it, I can use the slaughterhouse conveyor belt, right? So that the workers are standing at their place, right? The belt will move and they have to do one particular job. For example, if one worker has to tie a screw in a car, they have to do it. They will not be able to move because the belt will be keep on rotating. He imposed lots and lots of, unethical hours on the people. The people were working really very hard, but of course, none of this was getting affected. But the plus point is that he was producing more of the cars. Right? In your textbook, everyone, if you are sitting with your textbook, see, I have this textbook with me. Let me open it. See over here. Oops. Yes, if I come a little bit closer, on page number 70, you will see an image, right? Page number 70, you will see an image of the cars which are there, right? So what he did, actually increase the supply of the cars by using more of the workers. See over here. See, this is a belt, right? And we can see these tools over here, and these are the workers. So everyone is standing at that particular place, right? And they are doing their work. They were not given proper breaks, right? And of course he made them work really very hard. But after a point, people said, okay, we will not work now. What he did, he increases their salary. But of course, after some time, it was not getting affected. So he has to change some things. But he was really very happy, and he called it as the best cost cutting thing that a company can do. So it's a mentioned line in your NCERT textbook, everyone. Yes. Then he increases the wages. $5 per day, right? Yes, it is NCERT, $5 per day. That happened, right? Very good. He did that. So over here, you can take a screenshot, everyone. This is what we have over here. Don't worry, and of course, it was happening happily. And he was like, yeah, I will get it. So he focused on the mass production, right? He was actually working for the mass production. Once the mass production was happening, of course, there was a good thing which was happening, that as the people has mass production, what the people realize? Okay, we have a job. We have a job, we can buy new things. We have new things. That means that we will have higher employment, we have higher income, we have higher investment, and of course, rise of the consumption. We can buy more and more. So, in 1929, it will become the highest lender. Now, this is where they have started giving money to the other people. I think few of you were asking that, ma'am, how it become the largest part, as a creditor. So, because of all of this. See, it's very simple. They increases the mass production, right? As the mass production was increased, right? Of course, apart from that, we saw that the wages, right? The salary also increased. So people were in a good position to buy things. They started taking loans. They started taking house. They started taking car. And all of this was happening on loans. When that happens, of course, people have a luxury to buy items. And they will be doing their job and will be giving the loans. But do you think that it is sustainable? Or we can say the US was moving into a Great Depression. A very, very important term, everyone, which we have over here. Yes. Yes, it is a chapter 3. Very good, everyone. Yes, it's chapter 3. Yes, Akshaya. I'm just explaining that, bache. As they were doing mass production, right? And that's how slowly they gained. They were producing lots and lots of goods and they were exporting it, right? And that's actually helped them. Clear, everyone? So what we saw that there was a boom, amazing boom which was happening that has a good connection with the mass production and the consumption, right? That goes hand in hand. So with this, we are kind of done with that. I'll take a quick break over here before we move into the very next topic, which is the Great Depression. Yes, everyone. And then we have the last topic. Come on. Can you answer this question? Which of the following inspired Henry's Ford assembly line? Right? I'll explain in Hindi also now. Very good. I can see the answers. Yes, so the correct answer is option B, slaughterhouse. So, okay, we have the Great Depression, but before that, so we are clear up to here. Yes? Are we clear, everyone? So we started with the post-World War. World War के बाद में क्या हो रहा था? We are studying that. World War के बाद में conditions अच्छी नहीं थी, right? Britishers को काफी लॉस हुआ था, उन्होंने काफी सारा लोन लिया था, तो उनकी कंडीशन अच्छी नहीं थी. उस टाइम पे बहुत सारी कंट्रीज आगे चली गई थी, राइट? कनाडा, अमेरिका, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, वो मास में वीट प्रोडक्शन कर रहे थे, तो उन लोगों ने एक्सपोर्ट करना शुरू कर दिया. अगेन अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट फॉर अस टू नोटिस कि अमेरिका कैसे क्रेडिटर बन रहा था, क्योंकि उसके पास में वीट की प्रोडक्शन काफी ज्यादा थी, तो उसने लोगों को देना शुरू कर दिया, राइट? इट स्टार्टेड गिविंग द वीट, सो वहां से पैसा आया. उसके अलावा दे स्टार्टेड फॉर द मास प्रोडक्शन. इंडस्ट्रीज बन गई मास प्रोडक्शन के लिए, राइट? तो जब मास प्रोडक्शन हो रहा था, इट वॉज हेल्पिंग द लॉट ऑफ पीपल, राइट? उससे इकोनॉमी थोड़ी स्ट्रांग हुई. उसके अलावा जब मास प्रोडक्शन हो रहा था, तो हेनरी फ्रॉड ने क्या किया? बेसिकली उन्होंने लोगों को ज्यादा पैसे दिए, बोला कि ज्यादा देर काम करो. लोगों ने काम किया और उन्हें ज्यादा पैसे मिले, कंजप्शन भी ज्यादा बढ़ गया. उस तरीके से यूएस की इकोनॉमी थोड़ी स्ट्रांग हुई, राइट? उसी तरीके से बहुत ज्यादा बूम आया, लोन्स लिए लोगों ने काफी ज्यादा, और वो बहुत ही अच्छी कंडीशन में थे. क्लियर एवरीवन? यस, कम ऑन. यस, बढ़िया अब तक ना सब कुछ. ग्रेट. चलिए, नाउ लेट्स सी कि जो इतनी बूम था, इतनी खुशी थी, राइट? इज इट वर्थ अ वाइल और नॉट? यस, वाज दैट बूम दैट वाज हैपनिंग वाज ऑल वर्थ और नॉट? मतलब, was it good? Or maybe it was the indication of something that is bad that gonna really very happen. Now this is important, comes for 5 marks, right? Or for 3 marks for sure. Now this is important. I want everyone to focus over here. And we will talk about the Great Depression. Now recession जो हम बोलते हैं, it came long back in US. Now, for example, let me give you a very easy example. Then we'll go through this. Come on everyone, right? Yes! वाह! I can see so many of you back. खाना पीना खा के आ गए हो? बाकी फ्रेंड्स को भी बुलाओ, जल्दी बुलाओ, चैप्टर बस खत्म होने वाला है. So let's just imagine, right? For example, I am here. I have lots of money. I have so much of money, right? Maybe let's consider me as a US. I'm a US country. मेरे पास बहुत पैसा है, ठीक है? मास प्रोडक्शन हो रही है, मास कंजप्शन हो रहा है, and everything is what? मैं लोगों को पैसे दे रही हूँ. I'm just giving the loan to everyone who's asking for the money. Now what happens? That suddenly what I realize? I don't have the money, right? Mass production हो रहा है, but suddenly we realize that things are not working properly. Mass production तो we all are doing, but suddenly mass consumption नहीं हो रहा. When people don't have jobs, right? When people don't have jobs, they'll not buy, right? इस तरीके से they got into a loop where production also got hampered and the consumption also got hampered. So many people lost their jobs, right? They were in a very bad position, and that was happening in the US, And at that time, when of course, they thought that they are booming, right? They're really at a very strong position. So, what is Great Depression? It's a very important 5 marks question. Please take a moment and read through the slide. So, the Great Depression lasted till the 1930. It is where, of course, where you see the decline in production, employment and the incomes and the trade. Now, agriculture, region and the communities were the worst. Okay, wo to pata hi hai. Right? We'll see, let's understand this. There were 2 important reasons. Again, 5 marks mein aata hai, ye specifically. Or sometimes it can be asked in 3 marks. What was the reason for the Great Depression? Kyun hua? What do you think is the reason? Here we have. Clear everyone? Catastrophe means himnata kuch bura hona, bhayanak hona, right? Something really very bad. Yes? Very good. So let's understand these 2 points. Now this will be helping us to gain the marks in the examination. So first reason for the Great Depression is the agricultural overproduction. Now at that time they're like, yeah, we will overproduce it. We have land, let's produce more and more wheat and corn. They were overproducing it. That actually causes the fall in the prices, right? For example, if I give you, okay fine, very very cliche example, if every day we have SSC session, do you think that you will get bored? You will stop coming to the session, right? See, we started a class, I think 1.5 hours back. At that time we have a good number of students. But as the class moved, we lost few here and there, right? So what happens if we have something on mass production? Over the period of time, we might lose its value. Are we clear? Yes? What do you think, everyone? Yes? Are you getting my point? That if we produce something in mass, what happens? We will be keeping it, but maybe the demand is not there, right? At that time, we will be losing lots and lots of valuable time or the money. So, we see that we will see the fall in the prices, right? And that pushes the farmers to expand production to maintain their overall income. Now, unfortunately, farmers were getting affected. They have overproduced it, but they were falling, right? The price was falling. They thought that now we can produce more. So they got into a loop of that and it was affecting them. Second reason, withdrawal of the loans. Now the many countries, right, who have taken loans from the US. Now US of course withdraw loans at the first sight of trouble. They're like, okay fine, we will not be giving you money. This actually caused the failure of the major banks, right? Right? They gave the major shock to the banks. And in this way, the US banking system collapsed. Yes, what happened? They just collapsed. Are we clear? Here we have, everyone, 2 important points. Very 2 important points for the reason of the Great Depression. Clear, everyone? Yes. Are we clear with that? Yes. Clear? ठीक है? Very good, everyone. Okay. So, a very interesting question. When they withdraw it, why? Because, for example, if I'll tell you, I will come in a week and we will have 5 sessions. You will say, okay, fine, I will invest in the time. Yes? You will say, okay, ma'am, if you come 5 times in a week and we will study together, I will invest my time. But if I come, I'll tell you I have a 5 session, but when I don't have the bandwidth, I might just take 1 session. You will withdraw, right? Like, of course, you will not have the trust and that will make the whole system collapse. Clear? Yes, Vedant, are we clear with this, right? They will lose the trust, right? They will lose the trust that the investing, and of course, apart from that, they will also they will also take their money, they will also lose their trust, they will not trade with them. Yes, and that will be hampering their quality. Clear? Badhiya. So here we have the Great Depression, and how our India got affected, we have over here. So India was an exporter of agriculture goods and the importer of manufacture. So India used to import something and of course used to export something, but during the Great Depression it became half. Of course the farmers were the one who were greatly affected, and at that time India became the largest, or we can say a good exporter of the precious metal. Why? Because people were ready to pay their loan by giving the gold. We all have gold, right? In India we have gold. So what the people were doing at that time? They will give their gold to clear their loans off. So at that time India become an exporter of the gold, क्योंकि ब्रिटिश से सारा गोल्ड लेके बाहर दे रहे थे. So India, gold exporter, helped the global economy again. So India again helped in uplifting the global economy, and of course the poor people, of course the rural people will affected. Okay, in the Great Depression. Are we clear, everyone, with this? We are there on the last topic. Are we clear? Okay, come on. Yes, everyone. Yes, very good. Okay, clear, everyone? Yes. Okay, so over here we are clear with the Great Depression, what happened over here, and now we will be looking into the last topic, rebuilding the world's economy, post-war era. Yes. Very good. Okay. It's okay, Fatima. See, I can see that you're texting here. No worries. Okay, can I ask you a question, everyone? Okay. Everyone, write in the chat box. Write, hi, Ansi. Oh, everyone, Ansi is my old student. Yes, okay. Now, everyone, tell me among these topics, which topic is the most difficult? Come on. Among these 5 topics that we have over here, which is the most difficult one? Jasmine, what do you think? Which is a difficult topic? The last one. India gave gold to us. Yes. Yes. Very good, everyone. Very good. The last one. Yes. Slavery topic. Okay. Interwar economy. I can see the answers now. Second topic थोड़ा सा बड़ा था. Yes. Second topic was a little bit lengthier. Interwar economy. Okay. I hope that after this session you will be okay with the topic, right? I think it will be all chill pill. Okay. A quick thumbs up, everyone, in the chat. I know that your energy might be a little bit low, but thank you for staying till so late, right? So give a quick thumbs up, everyone, and we will be finishing up the last topic very, very quickly. Come on. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. A quick thumbs up in the chat, everyone. Then we'll quickly start with the third, last topic. The interesting topic where we'll see lots and lots of things were happening. To whom the India gave gold. So Anu, at that time Britishers were there, right? So what happened, of course there was a lot of taxes that one has to pay, right? There were no production, right? The farmers were suffering. So the farmers, whatever gold they have, they gave it to the Britishers. Because Britishers at that time, even if they understood the situation, right, they never said no, that you don't have to, give us the taxes. So to give the taxes and to clear up all their, loans, the Indian farmers and the Indian people at that particular time, and different peoples also, gave their gold. And at that time, India became the greatest exporter of gold. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Yes. Very good. Okay. Last topic, everyone. Last topic. Rebuilding the world's economy post-World War era. So let's see. After this, of course, again, the Second World War was fought, right, between the two powers. Over 60 million people got right. They died during that war. It was a very bad war. Use of a very harmful weapons. The atomic bomb was used during the Second World War that actually destroyed, right, a few cities, right, 2 cities of Japan. So, during the World War, more civilians lost their life as compared to the soldiers, and that causes the lots of disturbance in the economy. It took a lot of time, right, to build it back over here. After the World War II, right, after the World War II, we just have 2 important world powers, USA and the USSR, right, or the now current Russia. Now they become the major power, right? Why? Because of course they held themselves, they did lots of trades at that time, and they become really very powerful. So after World War II, we have 2 big powers, right? And then to balance out the situation, what they did, there were lots of meetings that happened, and in that meeting, there were a very, very important decision that we have been taken. Important question, everyone. A very important question for 5 marks, right? That is the Bretton Woods Conference, which occurred in the USA. So what happened over there, right? To make sure that the world economy is coming back on the foot, the countries came together and they met in US and they formed the good societies that can actually help. Basically, the basically some companies or a foundations, right, that can actually help the nations to uplift. This conference occurred in 1944, right, in US, and this gave us the 2 major organizations, the UN, right, of course, the World Bank, right, and of course we have this IMF. IMF, a very common term that we'll be using, right, the International Monetary Fund. Now, and of course, then we have the World Bank. Now, what these were doing, they were giving money for the development, right? Now, both of these have a different set, and they were giving money to the developing countries, okay? And these organizations were majorly controlled by the Western power, right? And they have the major say over here. In that also, the Indian monetary system, IMS, right over here, we have an important role of the country, US dollar. So what happened over there, they made sure that any exchange which is happening, right, happening in the dollar, first of course, and they have a fixed price. So suppose they have 55 ounce, right, fixed of gold, and that's how they calculated. So the value of the US dollar was kind of stable always, which is not good, right? And that was affecting the other countries. The US economy becomes really very powerful, but it was affecting the economy of the other countries, and they were not getting a chance to develop. Are we clear up to here? Yes? Come on, everyone. Yes, come on. Are we clear? Very, very good. See, if we read over here, right, we'll be able to understand. The Bretton Woods system introduced a fixed currency exchange rate that was pegged to the US dollar, which is in turn was pegged to the gold. So basically, US dollar and gold, they gave an interconnection. Okay, $1, let's suppose $1 is equal to 35 ounces of gold. I'm just assuming. So it became a fixed thing. But the countries who have a gold was like, oh, this is not a good condition, right? We have more of gold, but why this is, why we are, it's kind of unbiased for us. So the system got changed, right, to the floating exchange. But before that, the developing countries thought it, okay, now we need something, right? We need a foundation that will be working for us. So that gave rise to the other foundations, and we have something more. Now all of this, right, again, if you just go back quickly, over here we are talking about the fixed exchange rate, right? This was affecting the countries. like India and other countries which are developing, they don't have the resources, right? They still have to depend upon the Western powers. Their decisions were made by the Western powers. They don't have any says to it. So they were in a lost time. And at that time also we were kind of close to the independence. So we need the money, we need the resources, but it was not happening. So of course, what happened? We came more close to the independence, and then of course the other countries like us realized that we should have our own community, right? And that's how G77 was formed. It included the 134 nation and 77 main members, right, that came together and said that, okay, fine, this organization is there, but we need something for ourselves so that it can work. And as it comes into the picture, they added some points over here, and based upon that, later we see the flotation exchange. Can you give the answer for this question, everyone? Yes, come on, everyone. Quickly, quickly. I will repeat it. I will repeat it. Can you give the answer for this question? Yes. I will repeat. I will repeat. Yes, Fatima, bolo bachche. See, nobody have blocked you, right? Just see, maybe there's an issue with the account, right? I can see your messages, bachche. You can chat with me. Very good, everyone. It was in terms of the dollar, not in the pounds, yen, or the rupees. Very good. Yay! We got the correct answer. Okay, here we have one more question. Which of the following refer to the coalition of the development countries to promote their collective economic interest? Which organization they formed, everyone? Quickly. Yes. This is the last topic, everyone. Maybe Fatima, but I hope that it's perfectly fine for you. I don't think we have blocked anyone, but now it's perfectly fine. Yes, very good. I can see G77. Yes, option D is the correct answer. Sorry. Yes. Here we have. Okay. Now, of course, we have this, and then we'll finish off. Clear? इसको मैं पूरा एक साथ हिंदी में explain करूँ या फिर अभी explain करूँ? So let's see कि what was happening, right? If you go back, World War II के बाद में what we saw, World War II के बाद में we have two important parts, ठीक है? World War II में भी fight हुई, World War II के बाद में economy बहुत ज़्यादा worst condition में आ गई. उस टाइम पे दो सुपर पावर्स इमर्ज हुए, यूएसए एंड दी रशिया, सोवियत यूनियन, राइट? एंड देन दे रियलाइज किए ना, ओके, ग्लोबल कंडीशन अच्छी नहीं है, इकोनॉमी अच्छी नहीं है, वी शुड कम टुगेदर एंड डू समथिंग फॉर इट. सो व्हाट दे डिड, दे केम टुगेदर, कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई यूएस में, और यूनाइटेड नेशन मॉनेटरी एंड फाइनेंशियल कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई जो 1944 में थी, और बेरेटन वुड हुआ जिसे नाम दिया है इन यूएस. एंड वहां पे इन्होंने डिसाइड किया कि वी विल हैव टू ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, IMF जो फंड्स देगी एंड वर्ल्ड सॉफ्ट बैंक, राइट? वर्ल्ड बैंक, नॉट वर्ल्ड सॉफ्ट बैंक. दो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बनी जो बाकी कंट्रीज को पैसे देंगी फॉर द डेवलपमेंट एंड फॉर द ट्रेड्स, राइट? उनकी हेल्प करेंगी बेसिकली. जब ये हो रहा तो उन्होंने बोला कि गोल्ड को, US डॉलर को इंपॉर्टेंस मिली, और उन्होंने फिक्स रेट एक्सचेंज कर दिया कि जो भी ट्रेड होगा, राइट, जो भी ट्रेड होगा वो डॉलर के हिसाब से होगा, उसका प्राइस फिक्स कर दिया गोल्ड में. अब गोल्ड सबके पास में नहीं था, और कुछ कंट्रीज के पास में ज्यादा गोल्ड था. जिनके पास में गोल्ड नहीं था उनकी इकोनॉमी अफेक्ट हुई. जिनके पास में ज्यादा गोल्ड था उनको रियलाइज हुआ कि जब हमारे पास में गोल्ड है बहुत सारा, सो व्हाई डोंट वी आर द वन, राइट, हु इज कंट्रोलिंग द पावर. यहाँ पे फिक्स प्राइस US डॉलर का रहा तो US की इकोनॉमी अच्छे से बढ़ी, बट बाकी अधिक अदर कंट्रीज की इकोनॉमी अच्छे से नहीं हुई. द पीपल रियलाइज कि ये कुछ गलत हो रहा है हमारे साथ, और फिर उन्हें अपोज करना शुरू किया. एंड स्लोली व्हाट वी सी दैट देयर वर लॉट ऑफ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हैपनिंग. लोगों को समझ में आया, इंडिया की इंडिपेंडेंस हुई, बाकी कंट्रीज की भी इंडिपेंडेंस हुई, एंड देन दे रियलाइज दैट दे नीड समथिंग फॉर देमसेल्व्स, जहाँ पे उनकी जैसी कंट्रीज को ज्यादा पैसा मिल सके, ऑर्गेनाइज किया जा सके, उन पर कोई वेस्टर्न पावर ना हो उन्हें कंट्रोल करने के लिए या फिर उन्हें एक्सप्लॉइट करने के लिए. तो G77 बना, राइट, विच इज इंपॉर्टेंट, right? G77, of course, we have the NIEO. NIEO क्या है? Can anyone write in the comment section what is the NIEO? Yes, जल्दी बताओ. New International Economic Order, right? We have these two things which were made and इन्होंने assure किया कि there is a fair game. ठीक है, सब कुछ fair हो रहा है. At least western parts का हमारी countries पे कोई ज़्यादा control नहीं है. पैसा वहाँ से आ रहा है, but we will be able to participate in the trades. We will be able to contribute to it, right? We need power. Basically, इन सब nations ने ये बोला. और इन सब से क्या हुआ? We have a little bit hold in the economy. ठीक है? Everyone, are we clear? Yes? Quick thumbs up. Quick thumbs up. Very good. New International Economical Order. Very good. Economic order. Yes. Very good. So इसके बाद में हुआ the I would say the golden step in the economy that actually gave a lot of clarity, and ये system अभी भी follow होता है, which is the floating exchange system. अब stock market, right, ऊपर नीचे जाता है. ₹1 की वैल्यू ऊपर जाती है, नीचे होती है. We have seen that the US dollar also goes ups and down. So the system that we have over here now is the in-floating exchange system, and this system is purely based upon the demand and supply. If there is a demand of something, definitely, right? Definitely the price will increase and it will come over here. So जैसे जैसे किसी चीज की ज्यादा डिमांड है, उसकी सप्लाई बढ़ेगी. सप्लाई, डिमांड कम हो रही, सप्लाई कम हो जाएगी. Are we clear, everyone? Yes? Zoya, I'm not sure which country spend most in its military. If you are asking about now, I don't know. Like India contributes a good amount. We have other countries also, right? But I'm not sure. Currently, if you ask me the right present moment, which countries spend more on military, I'll not be able to answer. We have like countries like India and China, of course, they spend a lot. US also contributes a lot, okay, in their defense finance system. Here what happened, everyone, we have the floating exchange that is purely based on the demand and the supply. Clear? So, of course, the US currency was not holding the power now, and we see a lots of changing and good things happening for us. Now, this gives a chance to help the other people, and what happened over here, during that time, the financial loans were taken, right, and of course, it actually give the a freedom to take the loans. But at that time, again, the loans were taken by the Western commercial banks or the private banks, right? Now, as they were taking the loans from these, the situation led to these point. Crisis हुए, the lower income, and it increases the poverty. Now, again, there's a connection over here. If we take a bank, right, if you take a loan, and if there is no income for that, of course, if an individual takes a loan and could not give the loan back to the bank, it affected their economy, right? That was happening at that particular time in the developing world. This leads to this important thing. Okay, are we clear, everyone, with this? I sense there's a little bit confusion over here. Okay, I can see the answers. United States, okay. Yes. Clear, clear, clear. Are we clear with this point, right? I hope that all of you got this part. So what we are discussing that even after we have a floating exchange system, what was happening, the developing nations like us does not have much of the money, right? They took the money from the private banks or from the Western banks, but again, they were not very happy with it. They were losing the incomes, they were in a poverty. And why that was happening? Because the countries, right, the countries like US, they were going for various tactics that can actually keep the developing countries into a developing way. Now, what they did to worsen the situation is that they went to the countries with a lower wage. And now we have the biggest example of it, right? Our neighbor country, right? We always say that Chinese material or the made in China brand, we always see, right? So what happened during that time was that the mass production was happening there in China, but the cost of the labor was very cheap. So for example, a lot of development is happening around me, but I get a little amount of that, and all the money is going out of the country. There where we have the MNCs, the multinational companies or the corporations, right? What happened over there, these MNCs moved to the Asian countries for the lower wage, because we don't have the strict laws, and the individual can work on a very minimum wages, right? Because we have population. So what happened that actually lead to a dip in the economy of our country, right? And they were coming in our country, they were doing a mass production and they were selling it, and of course their economy was growing. So that was happening, right? And that's still, like, we are kind of in that phase also. Even after so many years, we are still in that phase. Now I think we see a little bit ray of hope, right? Now the economy is changing, we are self-producing it, and of course a good thing happening. Yes? Yes or no, everyone? So China has a kind of a hidden country in the, controlling the economy of the global world. Yes. Yes, it affects. Yes, it provides the monetary funds. Yes. Okay. So of course, it is there. It's very evident. And with this, I think we have a question. Okay, let's see what we have over here. And I think that's a summary. Cool, everyone. Last question. Here we have, what is meant by the Bretton Woods Agreement? What do you think? Yes, I'll not be asking question, I'm sure. You all are exhausted, so here we have the answer. Take a screenshot, everyone. If this question comes in your examination, you can write like this. Okay, we can mention the point that a post-war international economic system was made it right so that the countries can get benefits. Made sure that you mention about the fixed system, right? And why it was there, you can mention about the IMF and the World Bank. They provide the money for the reconstruction, for the development of the countries. Right, everyone? I think with this, we are kind of sorted with the session, right? I hope you got this, everyone. If you have any doubts, please do write in the comment section. And of course, you can watch the session again for sure. At a higher speed for sure. So, are we ready to quickly summarize this whole session? Yes? Come on, final 5 minutes, everyone. Final 5 minutes. Final 5 minutes, I would say. And then we'll wind up the session. I promise. Pinky promise. I think I've said it a lot of time, but now just need your 5 minutes and we'll finish off the session. Yes. Yay. Super happy, everyone. So here's the summary. The chapter talks about the global world, right? How we become so much global. So I'll just move aside, right? And of course, you can take a screenshot of it. We know that the primary reason of the globalization, as it mentioned, was a trade, work and migration. Until long back, right, there was nothing much. We had the Silk Route, everything was moving easily, finely. But then, of course, we saw the people want to get the power and they want to control the trade. And that's how slowly they came into the picture. We studied about the Portuguese and Spanish and how they spread the smallpox that causes the damage in the US, right? The America at that time. Then we studied about a very important concept of the economic exchange. 3 important points: flow of trade, flow of labor and flow of capital was happening in the economic exchange. We discussed about that. We saw the growth in the technology, right? We saw the expansion of the trade and losing of the freedom. Labor were forced to work, right? And that's how it becomes really very harmful. In 1885, European powers split the Africa. Then we have the indentured labor, right? The bonded labor over there. And of course, the British surcharge. This is important. Cool. Then of course, we have the First World War impact. Europe was not in a good position. It affected it, right? And US helped it. And furthermore, US was at a boom. Then we saw the Great Depression. Once the Great Depression was gone, Second World War came. Second World War made the people realize that we don't need war. So they formed the community and they started trading properly. First, they have a fixed exchange system, and after that, after the opposed from the country or from the, requesting, and of course after fighting for our rights, I think G77 was made, and of course the country said that we need a floating exchange system. That happened, and that slowly changed it. So are we clear, everyone? Yes? Are we clear? Yes. Okay. Come on, everyone. Come on. I think with this, now I'll take a movement and I'll read your chats. Yes, I hope that you've enjoyed the session. Right? Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. If you've enjoyed the session, everyone, please hit the like button and write in the comment section and tell us whether you have enjoyed the session or not. Please send your loves by writing the comments, and if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscribe button, everyone. We will be doing more SST sessions, and that is what is a need of the hour because your examination are very close now. Thank you so much, everyone. Yes. Your comments will actually help us a lot. If you have any doubts, please leave your comments in the comment section below, right? And I will be replying to all of them, right? And yeah, you can watch this session again if you have any doubts, right? We will be trying the short videos also. We will be doing a here and there a small bits that actually help you to focus. But overall, we have covered up the whole chapter. We have mentioned the important topics also. And yeah, we have covered up all the important points. Yes! So with that, everyone, I'll say bye-bye. Thank you so much is what I'll say. And I'll always make a smiley, right? So a smiley for all of us, right? For staying and for learning with us. I had so much fun. Please do write in the comment section and tell that if you have enjoyed the session. We will be meeting again really very soon. Till that time, everyone, take care of yourself. Lots and lots of love. And keep on learning with BYJU'S. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.